On a sunny day at the Embrace, there's always someone taking pictures, sometimes even embracing themselves. It's hard to miss the sculpture and the statement honoring the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and his wife, Coretta.
There was a lot of intention around putting the Embrace in Boston Common. Boston Common is America's oldest public park. Boston Common is steps away from one of America's oldest black neighborhoods, Beacon Hills, and so we're steps away from the Freedom Trail. And so when people come to Boston and they want to learn about history, the history of America, we want to give them a complete history.
But if you look closer at what's engraved around the 20-foot-tall bronze monument, you'll see another tribute. The 1965 Freedom Plaza honoring 65 local civil rights leaders active between the 1950s to the 1970s.
To be able to share in telling that story to younger generations or newer Bostonians who didn't have the benefit of seeing those leaders in their prime, seeing those leaders do their work.
Mr. Bowling, where are you, Mr. Bowling?
We found two of those leaders together at the Embrace, amazed at their own imprint. Massachusetts State Representative Royal Bowling Jr., who served from 1973 to 1986, and Jose Mazo III.
I was like, really? Me? What? No, get out of here.
A voice of the Latino community and other minorities in the Commonwealth. He's been the host of Con Salsa on WBUR for more than 40 years.
These are great men and women. And these are people who dedicated their lives and continue to dedicate their lives to make a difference. And it's not about themselves, it's about every other human being. And so to be included in that group, to me, is a great honor.
He says he hopes the Embrace and the Freedom Plaza in Boston inspires others.
And so I'm hoping that this becomes a aha moment for people, an educational moment for them, an inspiring moment for them, one that makes a difference in their lives, and one that they will say, wow, a lot of good things are happening, a lot of struggle has happened, a lot has been achieved, but there's a lot to do still.
All 65 names were chosen by the community who got to vote for their heroes, and that includes Jean McGuire.
We knew Dr. King. I can remember marching from Metco with John Lewis, Martin Luther King, Metco directors. I've got a picture of them. We marched down to the Boston Common all the way down Columbus Avenue.
McGuire, an icon who was the first black woman on the Boston School Committee and the founder of Metco. She says she loves the tribute to the Kings and hopes it sends a message about what Boston should represent.
The statue of the Embrace, that it pulls everybody in instead of pushing them out.
It's good to see her, right? You might remember Jean McGuire was involved in an incident back in October where she was injured in Franklin Park. Well, she is doing so great. She was even there at the unveiling of the Embrace in January. One of the best parts of the Freedom Plaza and seeing those 65 names is that the pioneers honored there are still with us to see how their work continues to have an impact. Maria and Ed.